Hey everybody! I'm excited to show you guys a few new products that I got from Ulta. This is the newest haul that I've got, and so I'm going to show you guys the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which I've heard a lot of really good things about. And I also got the e.l.f. Whoa Glow Sunscreen and Primer Duo, which is supposed to also be really good. I didn't try it today because I wanted to see how the Power Grip Primer would go on its own. The other product that I'm gonna use is gonna be this NYX Wonder Stick, which is a dual-ended highlight and contour stick. And then this About Face Cheek Freak blush balm in a lavender shade, which is different. And then lastly, the NYX Vivid Matte Liquid Eyeliner in white, which you can see I'm wearing. So I'll go ahead and get into it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll show you this look. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pin my hair back just to keep it out of my face while I'm applying my makeup. Alrighty, so the first thing that I'm going to be using is a new product. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer in clear. And the description says, keep makeup in place with this clear gel primer, full of skin-loving ingredients like hyaluronic acid for skin that looks and feels its best. This one is one of the viral makeup pieces that's been going around, and I know a lot of people like it, and it's e.l.f., so it's really affordable, so I thought I'd go ahead and try it. It has a pump dispenser, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put some on the back of my hand. And it does come out like a clear gel. Trying to think what to compare it to. Honestly, it's a little thick, but I like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it with clean fingers. And the only thing I have on my skin so far today is the Super Goop SPF 30 sunscreen. So right off the bat, I don't know how I'm gonna like this, because I prefer a mattifying primer, and this one obviously is very shiny and jelly. But I'm interested to see how it's gonna look under my makeup. So as I let that dry and become a little tacky, I'm going to go ahead and prepare what's gonna go on my face as my foundation, although you guys know I don't use foundation, I just use tinted moisturizers. So I'm gonna be using the NYX Blur With Me Medium Coverage Matte Blurred Finish foundation, tint foundation. And this shade is too dark for me, so I'm also going to be mixing it with my Fenty skin tint in the shade 7. This is what I use as an everyday, is the blurring skin tint, and I have a lighter winter shade available in that. I don't have the lighter shade for the NYX Blur With Me. And then because I want a very dewy look today, I'm going to mix in some oil with my skin tint. Usually I do this for a thicker foundation texture, and since the matte blurring foundation tint from NYX is thicker than what I'm used to, I'm gonna just blend some rose hip oil from the brand Acure, and that is going to keep the product from getting too cakey on my skin, and it'll keep it pretty dewy. I didn't mix quite enough of the Fenty in, so I'm going in with a little bit more to make it lighter and hopefully actually match my skin tone. So I start out by dotting my face after using the back of my hand as a palette, and then I go in with my Morphe M439 brush. I have cleaned it recently, I promise. It just obviously gets dirty again really fast because it's my everyday brush. Not that I wear makeup every day, but when I do, this is what I use. I think a beauty blender or fingers work better for me, on my skin texture, but I don't really like the cleanup. The brush is just so much easier. All right, so that's foundation done. I think I might have made it a little bit too light, but I'll try to warm it up with some bronzer and blush, and we'll see what happens. So now for blush, I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty in the shade Nearly Apricot. This one is almost out, so I'm gonna be switching to my Fenty Cheeky Blush for future videos probably, because I really love cream blushes right now. So I'm just kind of putting this in my usual area and going up to my temples. I I really like the finish of cream products. And again, I think it looks a little bit nicer when blended with fingers or a beauty blender, but I'm just not a big fan of the cleanup. So for highlight and contour, I'm gonna be using another new product. This is the NYX Wonder Stick. I think it's called. Yes, it's a dual-ended face shaping stick in the shade light medium. So one end is a highlighter, and then the other end is for contour. And I honestly don't remember ordering this product. I must have like blacked out because I don't need a cream highlight or contour because I have ones from, I don't even know what brands, but I have them already in better brands than NYX. And so I don't really recall how this ended up in my shopping cart, but I'm gonna give it a go. So I'm just going to add the contour to the hollows of my cheeks and to the sides of my nose, very imprecisely. And then to the kind of outer curvature of my face. And then I'm gonna go on the highlight side and just add it to the top of my cheekbones here. And to the tip and bridge of my nose. So that's all. And then I'm going to go and blend in with the brushes that come on the other halves of my bronzer or contour stick from Nudies. For the contour, I'm just gonna blend that upwards towards my cheek and ultimately towards my ear. I let it get a little bit too low there, and so I'm gonna go in with my foundation brush afterwards and just clean that line up a little bit. And then I'll be setting the whole thing with powder. Okay, hopefully that is blended adequately. It's kind of hard to tell with the lighting in this room sometimes. So to set it, I'm gonna go in with the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Primer, not primer, setting powder in the shade 001, and with my e.l.f. pointed powder brush. I think I have one of these powder brushes from Morphe too, and I think it must just be in my stash somewhere. Don't actually know. So the thing I like about this is it's like a little bit pigmented, but mostly just translucent. So I'm just gonna gently pat that in, including my eyes, all over the face. And then I'm gonna put on a little bit more of my lip balm because my lips are getting very like foundation lips. This is just the Cream Shop Raspberry Cream Puff flavor. It's the collaboration with Sanrio. It's the Kuromi lip balm, which is my everyday getting ready lip balm. I almost forgot. I don't think it's too late to do this. This is a new blush. It is the Cheek Freak, well, it's by About Face, and it's the Cheek Freak Blush Balm. And I'm really excited to try it. So I don't know what they call this shade. This is what the packaging looks like. And this is what the blush looks like. So it's in this like lavender color, and I'm gonna apply some to my ring finger, and this is what it looks like. I know I don't usually, and you shouldn't, apply cream products after powder products, but I'm just gonna go in really gently and see if I can kind of blend this in. I've seen lavender blush on like darker skinned girls, brown girls, and black girls before. Ooh, it's so pretty. Yeah, I think it goes really nicely with my skin tone. I'm gonna blend this out a little bit more, but right off the bat, I really like it. So I love how the blush turned out. And since I'm doing lavender, I'm gonna stick with that theme and go into my Garden of Juvia's palette. This has been a favorite palette. It's just so nice for springtime. Just look at all those beautiful colors. So I think for an all over color, I'm gonna use Gardenia, this like cream color right here, and just use it kind of to set my eyelids because there's some foundation on there, and the powder didn't quite do its job. But then also to just set a base for the lavender colors that are gonna go over it. I'm not gonna do anything too extreme. I'm just gonna try to go in really quickly. So with my e.l.f. don't know, eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna go into Lilac U and just apply this sort of generally on the lid with a focus to the outer corners. Again, these brushes I've talked about before, they're not the best. I think I only use them because I have multiple of them, and so I can always find a clean one when I'm in a rush to like get ready. But they're not my favorite. And one thing I've heard from a friend is that they kind of don't like the Garden of Juvia's palette and Juvia's Place eyeshadows in general because they've gotten lots of fallout. And as you guys can see, I'm doing my eyes after I've done my face and I'm not getting any fallout at all. So I'm definitely interested to know what you guys would think if you are a fan of Juvia's Place or if you've just tried them and have some thoughts about them. Okay, so I'm just doing a simple shadow, and then the last piece of doing the shadow is gonna be to just apply a shimmer. I'm not even gonna do like inner corner highlight or anything. I'm just gonna go into this color Blooming right here, this shimmer shade. And I'm just gonna use it with, apply it with my finger. So that's what it looks like on the finger. And I'm just going to kind of swipe it across my eyelid, pretty much just the whole lid, and then blend it into the crease. One thing I like about this is that the lilac pressed powder, the matte powder, has kind of a pinky hue to it. And then the shimmer shade is definitely more of like blue undertones, true lilac color. So I think that they go with each other nicely. There's like a little bit different tint to it, not just a difference in texture. So that's it for the eyeshadow. Now for eyebrows, I'm just gonna do the Benefit Brow Pomade. This has been my go-to eyebrow look recently. I really need to get my eyebrows like threaded or plucked. You can see they're like pretty messy, but I've never been a huge like eyebrow person, so it doesn't really bother me if they're not like immaculate, but I know it makes the whole face look better when they're adequately groomed. So I really need to go in and do that soon. For eyeliner, I'm gonna use my Sephora black liner. This is my usual go-to for black liner. It's just a brushed liquid liner. I'm gonna try to do a very thin wing because the next thing I'll do is layer white eyeliner on top of it. Right now that my black liner is on and has hopefully dried, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Vivid Matte White Liquid Liner. I just ordered this. It's another brush applicator. I really like the NYX line of Vivid Matte liquid liners. I think they go on so well, they stay really well. Their colors are true to name, really vivid. And I have this formula in a couple other colors. And then I had a white eyeliner that I think I just ordered off of like Amazon, kind of almost like costume makeup, and it was terrible. It felt like the consistency of whiteout. It was awful. So I haven't been doing that many white eyeliner looks, and I'm really excited to try this out. So I'm just gonna apply it as a thin wing on top of the black. So I unfortunately had an issue with recording and missed the part where I was applying my white eyeliner and explaining about my mascara, but the mascara I used is the Benefit Bad Girl Bang, I think it's called, and I really like it. So as I mentioned, I unfortunately had a recording issue and didn't get to show you guys the rest of the video. For lips, I just used the LA Girl Tinted Lip Plumper that I keep in my makeup bag. It's just an easy thing to whip on at the end of a makeup look. Yeah, I mean, the eyeliner didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to. I'm not sure how I feel about the look, but it's interesting and I tried something new. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.